Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, men admit guilt in robbery of school children, calling it a terrible mistake. 2 men were issued suspended sentences after admitting to robbing school children when they appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Kamar Neal, 19, and Dwayne Barrett, 29, had been in custody for 6 months on charges of robbery with aggravation when they appeared before Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Borrell. According to the prosecution, on September 19, 2024, 4 teenagers were walking along a Kingston roadway when a group of 5 or 6 men, including Neal and Barrett, chased them with machetes and knives, ordering them not to flee. The assailants then took the young women behind an abandoned building and they stole 3 cell phones. Neal and Barrett were apprehended by the police on the same day. While both men initially denied involvement in the robbery, they pled guilty when they appeared in court on Tuesday. Barrett's lawyer indicated that his client was deeply remorseful for his actions and understood the severity of the offense. Social inquiry reports attested to his good character, and Barrett explained that being unemployed had led him to associate with a poor company. Both men maintained that they had no prior knowledge of the group's intention to commit a robbery, having been told they were merely going out to pick up girls. However, once they realized what was unfolding, they chose to remain with the group. For this, the 2 men, through their lawyers, expressed regret and remorse and accepted full responsibility. In light of these factors, Judge Borrell sentenced Barrett to a 12-month sentence suspended for 3 years. Neal also got a suspended sentence, but an order was made that he be enrolled in literacy and skills training with assistance from the probation unit. Pathologist says Mariadine received a blunt force impact to the head. A retired forensic pathologist who performed a September 2, 2014 post-mortem examination on Mariadine testified in court Tuesday that injuries observed on the right side of Dean's face were consistent with that of being forcibly hit with a hard object or being slammed into a wall. He also said Dean suffered from a lack of oxygen before he died. The pathologist, who has been practicing for more than 40 years, is currently in India, and he testified via the Zoom virtual platform. He spent his time in Jamaica at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James between 1999 and November of 2023. In keeping with earlier instructions from the judge presiding over the trial, the witness will not be named. The pathologist told the Westmoreland Circuit Court that on the day he performed the post-mortem, exam notes were taken. He had a copy of the notes emailed to him from the hospital, and during his testimony on Tuesday, he was permitted by the court to read from his notes. The pathologist said the post-mortem exam was carried out on a 31-year-old male of a dark brown complexion between the hours of 12 noon and 5 p.m. He said the body was identified by his mother, Mercia Fraser. The doctor said he observed the blood stains on the external section of Dean's right ear. In addition, Dean's lips and the fingernail beds were discolored blue and his eyes were red. This was caused by the lack of oxygen before he died, stated the doctor in response to questions from the Crown. The doctor further revealed that a few injuries were noticed on the body. Among them was an abraded cut concussion to the right ear, which extended to the neck. The right earlobe had a tiny lacerated wound of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. He said this was located 1 centimeter away from the right angle of the mouth. A 6 centimeter linear abrasion was noticed on the right cheek. There was also swelling on the right side of the face. This injury on the right side of his head, injury 1, is consistent with a blunt force impact or impact from a blunt force, which could mean that the head got struck against a wall or some severe blow, or the impact from some blunt object, explained the pathologist in response to questions from the Crown. The doctor is expected to continue his testimony at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. 3 cops, Corporal Elaine Stewart, and the constables, Juliana Cleavon and Marlon Grant, are all charged with manslaughter, perverting the course of justice, and misconduct in a public office in connection with Dean's death. The allegations are that Dean was arrested for possession of a ganja spliff and placed in custody, where he was brutally beaten on August 3, 2014. He received severe injuries to his brain, which left him in a coma. He died 3 days later at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James. It is alleged that the 3 cops were on duty at the police station when Dean was beaten. It is further alleged that Corporal Stewart instructed that the cell in which the attack took place be cleaned before the arrival of investigators from the Independent Commission of Investigations. 2 firearms seized in Manchester, suspect killed. Police in Manchester are reporting that during 2 targeted raids on Tuesday, 2 firearms were seized and an alleged criminal suspect killed. In the first incident in Kingsland, just west of Mandeville, Orlando Clive Waite, 26, otherwise called Garth, was fatally shot when he allegedly confronted the police about 2:30 a.m. The police reported that a firearm was seized from him. Subsequently, during another raid in Old England, south of Mandeville, the police found a firearm in that community. Head of the Manchester Police, Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, said that the operations are part of a series of raids. In the Kingsland operation, he explained that the police have been following up on intelligence.
So we have embarked on a series of operations within the Manchester Division. One such operation was conducted this morning where our police team, armed with a warrant, went to our premises in Kingsland around about 2:30 a.m. Where we got information that criminal suspects were hiding out. On breaching the premises, a man who was inside the house pointed a firearm in the direction of the police. The police responded by firing at the man. He was hit and taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. 1.38 revolver was recovered. It was loaded with 2 live .38 cartridges. Subsequent to that operation, the operation push continued, and our police team went over in Old England, where premises was also searched, and another illegal firearm, a Glock pistol, was also recovered. All right, so since the start of the year, we have seen a downward trend in our numbers as it relates to crimes. We are now seeing a 60% reduction in our murders and a 33% reduction in all major crimes. And I'll hasten to say that this did not happen by chance. It is based on deliberate and strategic operations that have been conducted within the space since the start of the year. We saw the challenges last year, we learned from them, and this year we intend to make Manchester a safer parish.
2 constables arrested in St. Anne. 2 constables attached to the St. Anne Police Division were arrested on Tuesday for breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. The constables, a male and a female, were arrested in a sting operation at one of the stations in the parish. It is reported that the constables were on duty in the Discovery Bay area when they solicited money from a motorist for a traffic violation. The motorist reported the matter to the police high command and an investigation was launched. An operation was set up and the 2 were reportedly caught with the cash solicited from the motorist. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.